Arsenal have won another game in the Premier League after winning 3-1 against the side which goes by names of Aston Villa. Arsenal has gone ahead to win another game of football against the side which goes by names of Leicester. Remember, Leicester had beaten United here by 4-2 and went ahead to win against Brentford. It was like they had started or commenced a very good run in 2 consecutive wins in there, to an extent that they even went. They were in the 10th position, tying at 14 points with Arsenal and Manchester United and Tottenham Hotspur in there and Everton, 10 points in there. But today, they couldn't really stop the men or the Gunners from really rallying behind them and hitting them 2 quick goals in the beginning of the first half. And then they sailed the entire game, and that's how the entire game ended in here at the King Power Stadium in there. Leicester have lost again. Remember, they've not been having a very good run in the Premier League. Having won the 2 games, we thought that Leicester was coming back to the winning ways, but Arsenal have gone ahead to show them that we are really better. We've improved. When all our squad is present, there is no way you can go against us. Gabriel scoring a header, a well brought in corner by Bukayo Saka, and he headed the back of the net, and then Emily Smith-Rowe continuing his nice form in there, and he played very well, and I think he could be the contender for the man of the match for this game with the Arsenal goalkeeper who goes by the names of Aaron Ramsdale. Welcome to the Football News Top 10s and Lifestyle Zone. I go by the names of Rokan David, aka Arade, onto this channel, and trust me not, you guys are really loving the content that is flowing onto this channel. Leicester 0, Arsenal 2, and if at all you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload here on a daily. Now, before I get into anything else, allow me talk about this man in there. Ramsdale, Aaron Ramsdale, made 8 saves versus Leicester City, at least twice as many he had made in any previous PL game for Arsenal. Kept busy and was up to the task. That is Aaron Ramsdale in there for you guys. If at all you watch this game, you know what I'm talking about. Now, if at all you never watched this game and you hear that Arsenal won this game by 2-0, you might think that it was a walkover. But who saved Arsenal? Who gave Arsenal the 3 points? It was Aaron Ramsdale, especially that save in there. At the beginning of the second half, the game would have gone 2-1, and you know what it means when a game goes 2-1 in there. That means the home team and its fans will really rally them up to come up and win the game of football. You know what happens now? Aaron Ramsdale denied every chance that a team which goes by the names of Leicester created in there, and he made 8 clear saves in there. Those saves, even the beginning of the first half, he made close to 2-3 saves, and in the second half he was kept busy again. The introduction of Barnes in there, shot number 7 of Leicester City. Barnes had close to 3 shots on target, and all of them were saved by a man who goes by Aaron Ramsdale. Came in at Arsenal at the beginning of the transfer window in there, and he is really making great moves in there. That is a man who goes by Aaron Ramsdale. And now, you know, the legendary goalkeeper of Manchester United who goes by the names of Peter Schmeichel, because of that save, a free kick taken by James Maddison in there, and it was saved by Aaron Ramsdale. Then Evans rallied in and hit it back in there, and he got it off the line using his legs. That is Aaron Ramsdale, the man that I'm talking about. And to me, he's the man of the match. I don't know who your man of the match is going to be, but to me, I really feel like Aaron Ramsdale took the day. And Peter Schmeichel, the legendary goalkeeper. And you know, when a goalkeeper comes out and talks about something, you know that he has a reason as to why he's talking about it. He says, best save I've seen for years by Ramsdale in there. Not best save he has seen ever since he started watching the game of football. No, he's really looking at Ramsdale that this is his best save he has ever made. By the way, James Maddison curled that ball in the top right corner. You get? And on any other day, you thought that it would have been a goal. Remember, he took it on the side where the wall was. That means the goalkeeper was farther away on the other post in there. Aaron Ramsdale stretched, and then he held that ball, and it went out of the goal in there. Remember, it even hit the post, the bar, and then it came back into play. And a man who goes by the names of Evans came out and hit it back, and again Aaron Ramsdale made a double save in there. So all those are kudos in there. And let me show you that this man is supposed to be the man of the match because he was very crucial into this game. Because we are using statistics of Statman Dave in there, you know him when it comes to statistics and rolling down in there. He says Aaron Ramsdale is unbeaten in the Premier League since joining Arsenal. Remember, after Arsenal losing to Brentford by 2-0, Arsenal lost to Chelsea by 2-0, and 5, a humiliation to Man City by 5-0. Guess what happened? The manager said, Bernard Leno, that's end of you in my goal, especially in the Premier League games, and he brought in Aaron Ramsdale. His first game, he kept a clean sheet against Norwich. It was 1-0. He kept a clean sheet against Burnley, 1-0. He conceded 1 goal against the side which goes by the name of Spurs. Arsenal won 3-1. He drew against Brighton 0-0. He drew against Crystal Palace 2-2. He conceded 1 goal against Aston Villa, and Arsenal won, and the 2-0 win that he has given Arsenal. Because I call it a win of Aaron Ramsdale, because Aaron Ramsdale was the man responsible for Arsenal not conceding a single goal. On any other day, Leicester would have scored in there. Now, how many clean sheets? 1 against Norwich, 2 against Burnley, 3 against Brighton, 4 against Leicester. Now, he has kept 4 clean sheets. 4 clean sheets. That is a man who goes by the names of Aaron Ramsdale in there. I really give him kudos. Kudos. 4 finger salt. I don't support Arsenal, but today you've shown me that you can really displace a man who goes by the names of Jamie Pickford from the goal of England in there. Remember, Dean Henderson was close, but ever since the introduction of David De Gea and coming back to his form, he is out of choice at Manchester United, and rumor is saying that in January transfer window, Dean Henderson is expected to leave Manchester United and go to a side that is really going to give him first team football, because it looks like in the World Cup he wants to be the #1 choice goalkeeper of a team which goes by the name of England. But according to protocol and hierarchy, a goalkeeper who plays for Arsenal, remember Arsenal looks good. It's now the 5th position of the Premier League. Arsenal now 5th on the PL table, ahead of Manchester United, Tottenham Hotspur, and very many others. And it is 17 points in there. And if at all it keeps that pace, Arsenal might really compete for the top 4 positions. I told people that Arsenal can't compete for top 4, and people were saying no, because I really think that Mikel Arteta just needed time to bring his team together. As you see, it is together ever since Gabriel Magalhaes came back, Ben White came back, Tomiyasu joined this team, Sambi Lokonga, Nuno Tavares, Aaron Ramsdale. You get? The team of Arsenal looks great. They play very well. I like the way they play. Like today, they played very well against Leicester. They came up with a game plan, get Leicester concede goals in the beginning of the first half. And they went into the second half. They went into halftime leading 2-0. However much it's saying in the game of football that it's the good result and bad result after halftime, or as you go into halftime, is 2-0. Why is it good? Because you are 2 goals ahead of the opponent. Why is it bad? When an opponent comes in and scores 1 goal, he can easily equalize you and go past you. That's why it's said like that. But Arsenal, I was worrying for Arsenal because I thought I had made this prediction of 2-2 or 3-2 win of any of the teams. But Aaron Ramsdale stopped every goal that would have passed or would have been scored by Leicester City, and his brilliancy gave Arsenal a 2-0 lead, a comfortable one in there, and they've gone ahead to win in there. Aubameyang played very well in there. John Evans really held him when he threw a long ball, I think it was coming in from Ben White in there, and he really did the grateful in there. Now, when you talk about goal scorers, there is a man who scored the first goal of the game, who goes by names of Gabriel Magalhaes. This man was signed from Real in there, and he is a left-footed defender, energetic. He was injured because he had to play for the Brazil national team of the Olympics. Then he was sidelined after getting an injury, returned at Arsenal, and his combination with Ben White is proving to be one of the best centre-back pairings in the Premier League. Though today I really was looking, if I told you saw my match preview, I really came out and told you that this is the first real test for a team which goes by names of Arsenal, because when they faced Eduardo and Benteke of Crystal Palace, they conceded 2. But you cannot really put the blame of conceding those 2 goals in the Crystal Palace game on the central defense, because this ball was lost by the CDMs. The first goal that Benteke scored, the ball was lost by Thomas Partey nearly on the 18-yard box area of the Arsenal goal in there, and then Benteke was played in and hit the ball at the back of the net. The second one, it was Lokonga Sambi. He lost the ball and they got a counter attack, and Eduardo really went ahead to score in there. So it shows you that the central defense partnership has not yet considered a goal when you really blame them a lot. But they look great. And secondly, Arsenal looking great in set pieces. They signed, I remember during this transfer summer window, I really came out and really talked of a coach that they got from Man City. Remember, Pep Guardiola was in Man City in there, and he got out the set piece coach of Man City and he brought him to Arsenal in there. That is Mikel Arteta got him from a team which goes by names of Leicester City, and the coach is called Nicolas Jova in there. He's a set piece stay coach at Arsenal in there. When you look at the way they're defending set pieces, it shows you that Arsenal have really improved. And when you look at how they're rediscovering from set pieces, remember in the game of a team which goes by the names of Aston Villa, their first goal was from a set piece. You remember that Thomas Partey goal? In the game they won that saw them reach the quarterfinal of the Carabao Cup, that goal that scored was Callum Chambers. It was a set piece. You even saw Callum Chambers run to the set piece coach and celebrated with him on the touchline in there. Even in this game against a side which goes by the names of Leicester City, you've seen Gabriel Magalhaes flying high and he headed the ball into the back of the net in there. That is the work of a set piece coach. Now you know why Arsenal brought in a set piece coach. And now you see, even they are defending, they rarely concede goals from set pieces. So it shows you that this coach is doing wonders at a team which goes by names of Arsenal. And I think most of you never knew the man behind it. But the man behind all this chemistry of the set piece coaching at Arsenal goes by the names of Nicolas Jova in there. And he is a scout, and no, he was brought in by a man who goes by names of Mikel Arteta and is doing wonders at Arsenal. Now, Gabriel Magalhaes, game by numbers versus Leicester City, 81 passing accuracy, 6 duels won, 7 clearances, 1 shot blocked, 1 goal, 3 points, a clean sheet, and a goal. That is Gabriel Magalhaes in there for you, doing all that needful for a team which goes by names of Arsenal in there. So I wanted to talk about Gabriel Magalhaes' goal and Nicolas Jova, the set piece coach of Arsenal. It shows you that his results are positive. Arsenal are not conceding all goals from set pieces, because when I remember, when did Arsenal last concede a goal from a set piece? That means he's doing his job. He's doing his job, and I think Arsenal fans have all the rights to come up and jubilate over this in there. But all in all, you should not jubilate right now, because you don't know what is coming in, because Arsenal looking like they have to play Liverpool, and they're really having some fixtures, Manchester United in there. So they're having hard fixtures in there, but this is when you're going to really test the midfield of Arsenal. But Arsenal, I think they might be having a better side, because Granit Xhaka looks like he's on his way, on his return to a team which goes by names of Arsenal from injury in there. So I really feel like it is great. The other player I want to talk about that really interested me, improved me, that really caught my eye is Lacazette in there. Now, talk of good coaches. When Mikel Arteta came in at Arsenal, he was playing a back five. He looked to be defensive, and we're asking ourselves, how come a man who was a coach under Pep Guardiola's Man City couldn't really play what Pep Guardiola plays? But because he had not brought in players that he felt like could play the style of football he wanted, he was playing safety first, and he couldn't really play that tiki-taka game of football in there. But right now, we now know that what was hindering him to play that kind of game was because he never brought in the players he wanted. Now, when you look at the lineup of Arsenal that started today, almost all the players on the pitch were brought in by a man who goes by the names of Mikel Arteta. Aaron Ramsdale, Tomiyasu, Gabriel, Ben White, Nuno Tavares, Sambi Lokonga. 6 of those players on the pitch were brought in by the manager who goes by the names of Mikel Arteta, and a man who goes by the names of Odegaard also came onto the pitch after substituting Lacazette, and he came in and he was doing really great in there. That is the man who goes by the names of Odegaard. Almost 7 players who came onto the pitch today were signed by a manager who goes by the name of Mikel Arteta, defending himself, not like Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, because Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has brought in very many players, some of which Arteta does not use them and he does not put them on field of play. But look at Mikel Arteta. He shows you that he signs every player for a reason, and he has proven it, that when he brought in the players he wanted, he's now playing the style of football. Arsenal are passing, they play great on the break, they defend very well, and they look like the Arsenal that is really going to compete for a season in there, maybe the top 4 in there. And if at all Arsenal finishes 5th, it will be a plus for a team which goes by names of Arsenal, because who expected Arsenal to be there at the beginning of the season? Right now, 10 games in, and Arsenal are in the 5th position with 17 points. In there, and they've kept 4 clean sheets. You get? That means they're improving well in defense, midfield in there, and even going forward, they're really doing great. Even Aubameyang, who was not scoring goals last season, this season, he has banged in 4 in the Premier League and 3 in the Carabao Cup. 10 games, and Aubameyang has 7 goals. That means he's getting back to his form. But returning to Lacazette, whom we are talking about, and the genius of the manager, who goes by names of Mikel Arteta, he is being played as a central attacking midfielder. That is a number 10 role. You see, that means Odegaard is out. Emile Smith-Rowe looks great, by the way, playing off the left attacking side of the midfield, and then the manager gets in Lacazette to play into that role because he's good at pressing, he's good at not being selfish. Talk of selfish players, Alexandre Lacazette is not a selfish player. Not at all in there. So I really feel like Lacazette being included into this team is also something great, because news came in showing us that he was going to leave a team which goes by names of Arsenal because of lack of enough playing time. By the first 7 games, he looked like he was known to the plans of the manager. But in the previous 3-4 games, Lacazette has cemented his position into the first starting lineup of Arsenal in there, and is doing great. He's not there because the manager loves him. He's there on merit. He came up on the pitch, he saved them against Crystal Palace, played a game of Aston Villa, played very well. They earned a penalty because of him. Now in this game, he has played very well. That goal of Emile Smith-Rowe, the second goal that Emile Smith-Rowe scored, it was the pace and press of Lacazette in there. He presses, he gives people reason, he gives defenders of the team he's facing reason to panic, because he presses them, he runs left, right and center. He's like a Cavani at that age. Cavani is 34, but he presses better than people who are even younger than him. Now Lacazette has also gone ahead to show us that into this game of Arsenal in there. Now I talk about Emile Smith-Rowe, this 20-year-old English international, though not yet called upon by Gareth Southgate, but I know with the form that he's having, he won't miss out onto the team of England that is going to play into the international break. I think that is it next week? Yeah, after this weekend. After next weekend, we are going into an international break in there. So Emile Smith-Rowe is amazing. He's amazing. He's a very direct player. He plays direct football. He gives me moments of Chielsa, of Juventus in there. Chielsa is one of the most direct players I've seen in the game of football right now. And Emile Smith-Rowe is proving to me that he might be into that caliber. Being given shirt number 10, I really thought that he was going to play as a central attacking midfielder, and I really thought that the coming of Odegaard had really limited his playing time. But the manager, who goes by Mikel Arteta, being a genius in there, he has really come up and done lots of things to this young lad and is improving. And playing off the left side of the attacking midfield, he is creating chances and scoring goals for fun. 2 successful games. He scored against the game of Tottenham Hotspur. He scored in the game of Aston Villa. He has now scored in this. I think he has now like 4 Premier League goals, if at all I'm not mistaken. That is Emile Smith-Rowe in there for you. He's improving day in, day out. Now, Thomas Partey, I would like to talk about Thomas Partey. That second goal, you see that long ball that he really, from the midfield, he drops it to Bukayo Saka. Bukayo Saka takes in his time, he plays in Lacazette loses the ball, but the defenders give the ball to Emile Smith-Rowe, and Emile Smith-Rowe hit the back of the net. That is Thomas Partey, commanding the midfield with Lokonga. Lokonga played very deep, and they had a very good defensive discipline. It was a game of 2 halves. In the first half, Lokonga and the octopus, Thomas Partey, controlled the midfield. They were all over. Now in the second half, it was Tielemans and Soumare. When I was doing the pre-match preview or the match build-up, I told you that they are battles that we want to see. The battle of the midfield. Soumare and Tielemans versus Lokonga and Thomas Partey. But the first half, Arsenal midfield won. The second half, it was Leicester that ran over Arsenal. I think Arsenal invited pressure because they felt like they wanted to sit back and hold them on break, something that Leicester City never wanted in there. But all in all, Arsenal have won. They are into the 5th position of the Premier League table. If at all United wins, we'll be at 17 points too. But because of the number of goals that they have, I think they'll be ahead of Arsenal in there. So we wait and see what happens in the remaining games in there of Arsenal. But congs to Arsenal in there. Smith Rowe doubled the lead after Gabriel Magalhaes went into that. Now, before we jet out of this video, there is something that we always don't miss on. Those are the match statistics of both teams. Now, when if we look at the match statistics, shots, Leicester City had 16, Arsenal had 5. Now you know how they kept Arsenal busy into the second half. Shots on target, Leicester had 8, and all of those 8 were saved by Aaron Ramsdale in there. Arsenal had 5. Of those 5, 2 went at the back of the net. When we go to the ball possession, Leicester had 65, Arsenal had 35. Passes, 614, Arsenal had 339. Passing accuracy, 87%, 78% passing accuracy for Arsenal. Fouls, Leicester had 8, Arsenal had 11. 2 yellow cards for Leicester, 0 yellow cards for Arsenal. Red cards, none of the sides conceived a yellow card. 2 offsides for Leicester City, 1 offside for Arsenal. 7 corners for Leicester, 6 corners for Arsenal. Those were the match statistics, and Arsenal emerged the winner of the game. But before I really sign out, Arsenal won the game because of that man and that save. That is Aaron Ramsdale. Aaron Ramsdale, who made 8 saves versus Leicester City, at least twice as many he has made in any previous Arsenal games. Ever since he came in at Arsenal, Arsenal had not lost a game of football, and to let you know, he has kept 4 clean sheets for Arsenal in all the games he has featured in. I'm already. Your reactions are welcome in the comment section below. Please, if you're only watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to our channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Now I'm out. Your reactions to this win of Arsenal are welcome into the comment section below. I know Arsenal fans are happy. You have to jubilate because you had taken long to play such a beautiful game of football ever since Arsene Wenger left, and it's Mikel Arteta, your OB, once your captain, who is really playing for you this game of football. Smash the like button, comment and share. Thank you for that, spreading the love. Let's grow this channel big and better, and I sign out for now. A 5-finger salute to all those watching in. I love you, and we are live from the African Cover Studios in here. We out, and bye bye.